Hello, my YOGA30 loves. Welcome back to your mat. This is the first day that I get to practice on my new yoga mat, and it's so pretty, and I'm so excited to be doing that and to be sharing it with you as well. So it's from a local artist who lives in Bozeman, who's dedicated her life to the outdoors, sustainability, and sharing art with others of these magical places. So that's my spiel. Let's meet on our backs and let's get into our breath. All right, so we've been moving and grooving for quite a few days now, which is amazing. You showed up today. You did what maybe you thought you couldn't do for 30 days, even if you missed a few in between or just kind of got out of your groove. As you place your hands on your belly, let your eyes close down. And just take a moment to remind yourself what you've been working towards, whether it's been physically or emotionally or maybe even spiritually through your practice, through this dedicated time that you've made some sort of agreement, some sort of commitment to yourself, to your movement, to your yoga, whatever that means. Take a few more breaths and just kind of see what comes up for you. Softening through the back of your body, softening through the front of your body, and softening through your jaw. When you feel ready, blink those eyes open, and then reach for your heels so that you can almost tickle them with the middle finger. And then just kind of adjust the hips, make sure you're nice and even in your hips and in your heels, and take a big breath in. And on your exhale, just lift your hips up, really tuck through your tailbone. And then lower down through the hips, lift the hips back up. So we're just gonna come into some hip bridges, keeping the arms like so, if that feels good. Or extend the arms overhead as your hips reach, and then once your hips tap down, reach your arms overhead, take a really big stretch. So see if you can connect your whole spine if your arms are reaching overhead. Trying not to really flail through the ribs, and just taking this more as a stretch, as an opportunity to lengthen instead of an opportunity to kind of get that burn, right? Just kind of feel your body. Maybe there's some sticky places that we just need to iron out. Yeah, so maybe reach through those heels, really lift those hips up an extra inch. Take a few more and just kind of check in with your knees. Make sure they're just about hip distance apart. Good, so we're gonna go for 5 more. Really lift up through those hips. Squeeze your legs like you're squeezing a block. If you have a block, feel free to grab it and maybe start over. Good, last one. And then just reach your arms all the way out like a cactus shape. Maybe adjust through your hips. Make sure that your low back is totally connected, so pull your lower belly in. I know we say that all the time. Lift up through your knees and then just find your reverse tabletop. So again, make sure that the knees are not totally hugging in. You have to activate through the belly to hold them up at that 90-degree bend. So really push the elbows into the mat, take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Don't let them touch the floor. As you inhale, bring those knees back to center. As you squeeze from the middle of your body. And then as you exhale, drop them over to the left. Take that really sweet stretch through the side body. So continuing with your breath, you exhale over to the side, you inhale to center. Trying to keep those knees at that 90-90. Don't cheat yourself and hug them in. As you twist into your side, if you want to straighten out through the legs, give yourself a little bit more on those left obliques. Then maybe try that on, see how it fits. Give yourself a couple more on each side. Really stretch through those legs if you're extending over. And just take one more side to side. And then just kind of hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a really big hug. Good, and then we're gonna come back into those supine twists. So we're gonna drop the knees halfway over to the right, and then we're gonna reach over the left side, trying to keep the shoulder blades off the mat. So lower down, reach your arms overhead, twist your knees over to the left, and then reach over to the right, try to get the shoulder blades off the mat. Roll your body down, twist the knees over to the right, maybe they only go about halfway, lift it up, find your squeeze, roll all the way down, arms overhead, twist to the left, reach all the way, get that left and your right shoulder blade off the mat, roll your spine down, twist to the right, you get the idea, squeeze it up, give yourself that full second to be in that twist, in that crunch, to lift your shoulder blades off the mat. It just feels so good to stretch the body out side to side. Take one more, really squeezing through that side body. Last one. So good. Hug those knees in. Take as long as you need to roll up and down. Maybe roll a couple times. You know, that's always fun. And then we'll just meet in a tabletop. So bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Set yourself up the way that we've been doing for 24 days. Either toes are tucked or not, your choice. Take a few cat-cows. Just lengthen through your spine. Maybe you already have more length than what you're used to. Just because we started on our backs and those muscles had the idea like, oh, okay, we can let go. We don't have to do all the things. Extend your right leg back behind you. Maybe you stay here or reach that left arm forward, coming into your bird dog. Take a big breath and start to lift your leg and your arm at the same time, pulsing up. Gaze is straight down at that right thumb. Good, for 3, for 2, and then on your exhale, crunch your elbow to your knee around your spine. And on your inhale, reach all the way back out, and then crunch your right knee to your right elbow, squeeze your left elbow out like a goalpost. Extend everything back out, and then crunch your elbow to your knee. And then inhale, extend, and then go nice and wide. And then inhale, bird dog, exhale, crunch narrow. Inhale, extend, exhale, crunch wide. Inhale, extend, keep it going, exhale, crunch narrow. Inhale, extend, exhale, crunch wide. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Keep a baby bend in that right elbow, squeeze those knees out. Last set in, inhale, reach, exhale, crunch. Reach everything out, drop your hand, drop your knee. Wiggle side to side, maybe rotate out through those wrists. It always can feel more supportive on the fists. Take care of your body. Extend that left arm back. Just kidding, that left leg back. Find some space in your lower abdomen. Keep the pressure off of that right hip and maybe float that right arm all the way out. Extend it out beyond you. Looking straight down at your left thumb. Reach as long as you can and then just start to pulse, lifting up the arm and the leg at the same time. Gripping into your left fingertips. Feeling really, really stable from the center. For 5, for 4, 3, take a big breath, extend everything out, and then crunch your elbow to your knee, round the spine. Inhale, extend everything, and then exhale, crunch out into that external crunch. Extend out to your bird dog, exhale, crunch narrow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch wide, really flex through your foot. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch narrow. Inhale, reach. Get into your rhythm, crunch that knee and that elbow wide. Give yourself 2 more. Inhale, reach. Good. Keep a bend in that left elbow. Keep your body strong. Last set in. Reach and crunch. Extend. Dropping it down. Maybe rotate through those hips. Take a few moments for you. And then reaching your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Drop your hips, tuck your toes, send your hips nice and high to your downward dog. Wow. This is the first time I'm practicing on this mat because it literally just got here. This is amazing. Okay. Time to focus. We're gonna head through some slow vinyasas, which means on your inhale, you're gonna lift your heels. You're gonna slowly shift your shoulders over your wrists, drop through the knees, but keep the strength in the shoulders. Melt the heart down, tap your chest all the way down, squeeze your elbows back, lift up through your hips. Maybe touch your chin. Good, so solid. Push into your palms. Come back to that low plank on the knees, and then come back to your high plank, downward facing dog. All right, so headed towards that eight-point pose, really slow. Lift your heels, maybe round your spine, shift the shoulders over the wrists. Feel free to lower onto the knees, keep the strength, and then all the way down onto the knees. Tap your chest, your chin, squeeze your hands towards your knees towards your hands. On your exhale, push into your knees and your palms, come back to that knee plank. Tuck the toes, come back to a high plank, send the hips high, come back to a downward facing dog. Take a full breath cycle. Moving nice and slow, let's see how much activation we can keep through the body. On your inhale, shift to a high plank. On your exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Good, and then come onto the knees, lift up through the hips, tuck your chin onto the mat, squeeze your elbows back, and then stay here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly drop the hips, push into the palms, maybe on the knees or on the toes. Come to a high plank, send the hips high, downward facing dog. All right, let's go through it 2 more times, nice and slow. We're gonna take a 5-count journey from high plank, so shifting forward, lowering down for 5, 4, 3, good, 2, and 1, all the way onto your belly. Maybe untuck your toes, find your baby cobra, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Go and tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift your chest, but lift your hands. Yeah, and then place your hands right back and then lift your toes and then tuck your toes back. Push all the way back to a high plank pose and then exhale to downward facing dog. Nice. Let's do one more vinyasa, 5-count journey down and up. So each time we're getting a little more spicy. Inhale, shift to plank. Exhale for 5. Bend the elbows. Open up through the chest for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to your baby cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes. Journey to plank pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send your hips high, downward dog. Maybe take 3 breaths here. Get nice and stretchy. Or feel free to drop down onto child's pose, knees wide. Let the arms relax for a moment. All right, friends, let's head into our flow. When you're ready, meet me in a downward facing dog. Yeah, take a really big breath. Exhale out your mouth. And on your inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and then we're gonna bring our right foot outside our right hand into a lizard lunge. So come up onto the fingertips, point those toes and the knees straight forward, really wrap the shoulder blades back, and then place your left palm down. We're just gonna open up to a twist just for a moment. Yeah, that feels good, but we're gonna place our right palm down, drop your left heel, and then open up to the left side, maybe twist. Good, and then place your left hand down, bring your hands to your hips, and then come all the way up into a warrior 2 stance with your hands at your hips. On your inhale, square your hips forward, come into a high lunge. Yeah, so we're just gonna hold here for about 3 breaths, just to let your body arrive, relaxing through the shoulders, really pushing into that back heel. And then reach your arms behind you, lifting up through the chest, maybe interlace your hands or hold on to opposite elbows. When you're ready, come into airplane lunge so that we're gonna square the shoulders towards the top of our mat, pushing into that back heel. If your fingers are interlaced, you're lifting through your chest, you're getting nice and long. Feel that strong right leg. Take one more exhale. And on your inhale, reach the arms all the way up, cartwheel out into your warrior 2. Yeah, so just take a moment to arrive in your warrior 2, reaching your fingertips nice and wide, grounding into the backside leg. Give yourself a few breaths. Beautiful. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, bring your right hand outside your hand, and then step your right foot back. Meet me in a high plank pose. Feel free to lower onto the knees, or begin to lift your left hand, and then your right hand, and then take a push up, and then move through your upward facing dog, however you like to get there. Send the hips high, find that downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, so let's give some love to that left leg. Inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step your left foot outside your left hand. Come onto the fingertips, square your hips and your knee forward. Just kind of arrive here for a moment. And then place your right palm down. Inhale, lift your left arm all the way up into a twist.
Exhale, plant your left palm down. Drop your right heel. Open your right arm all the way out, maybe to a twist. Maybe just reach far away from you horizontally. Bring your right hand down. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale up to your warrior two stance. Take a moment here. And then inhale, square your hips off. Come into a high lunge. Take a few breaths. So just kind of settle in. Beautiful. And then we're going to interlace our fingers behind our low back, lifting through your chest, and then begin to hinge forward into airplane lunge. So really squeezing the shoulder blades onto the back, lifting up through that back heel. Allow your body to stay here to support you for 3, for 2. On your inhale, reach your arms forward, drop your back heel, and then find your warrior two. Just kind of settling in, however high or low, maybe bounce a couple times. Good. Take one more breath. And then on your exhale, bring your left hand outside your left foot. Bring your right hand down, step back to a plank pose. Maybe bring your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Lift up your right hand, your left hand. Do that again. Right hand and left hand last time. Right hand, left hand. Take a push-up either on your toes or on your knees. Send your hips back. Pull your body through, upward facing dog, and then come back to that downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna go through that one more time slowly and then one time with breath per movement. So take a big inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, step your right foot outside your right hand. Take a big breath to pull your chest forward and then drop your left palm, open up to your twist. Good, and then place your right hand down, drop your left heel, open your left arm out, maybe to a double twist. Good, and then bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest, straight spine, lift all the way up. And then inhale, pull yourself through a high lunge, set yourself up here. Stay nice and low in that knee. Bring your hands to opposite elbows or interlace your fingers, lift your chest, and then hinge into airplane lunge. Settling in here, keeping your spine nice and lifted. If you're feeling it, you're doing it right. Take one more breath. And on your inhale, release your hands, reach to the sky, find your warrior two. Really squeeze that right knee all the way out to the side. Maybe lift up through that right heel, holding it for 5. For 4, squeeze that knee. 3, 2, lower your heel, cartwheel it down. Meet me in a high plank pose. Feel free to come onto the knees. Lift your left hand and your right hand. Doing that 5 times each side. Squeezing that elbow in. Good, and then take anywhere from 1 to 5 push-ups, taking your vinyasa, moving through your body to downward facing dog. Lifting up through the heels, bend your knees, and then squeeze that left knee all the way outside your left hand. Inhale to pull your chest forward. Exhale to plant your right palm down. Inhale to reach that left arm high. Exhale, lower through that right heel. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, bring your right hand low. Bring your hands to your hips with a flat back. Reach all the way up. As you inhale, shift your hips squared, coming into your high lunge. Settle in. Interlace the fingers behind your low back. Cross your thumb on the opposite way, the way that does not feel natural, lifting up through your chest. And on your exhale, airplane those wings. Send your right heel back. Stay with your strong breath. Opening up through the chest. Take one more inhale. Release your arms. Reach all the way up. Find your warrior two. Settle in. Beautiful. So really squeezing that left knee out to the side. Perhaps start to lift up through that left heel, but stay low in your knee for 5. Zip up that right inner thigh for 4, 3, 2. Cartwheel your hands down. Meet me in a high plank pose. Maybe come onto your knees or just begin to reach your left hand, your right hand. Bring your feet wide as your yoga mat for a little bit more support for 3, for 2, for 1. Take your push-up, take your vinyasa, and then meet in a downward facing dog. So we're going to begin to move with that 1 breath per movement. My cueing will be a little bit more brief. Staying with your breath, let your inhales lift you, let your exhales bring you that power. So inhale to your heels, bend your knees, and then step your right foot outside your hand. Inhale, open up to your twist. Exhale, plant your right hand down, your left heel down. Inhale, reach that left hand high. Exhale, left hand down, hands to hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stay. Square your hips forward, come into high lunge. Interlace your fingers, take a breath. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale, reach, warrior two. Inhale, lift your heel. Exhale, stay. Inhale, stay. Exhale, high plank. Lift your right hand, lift your left hand. Do that one more time. Take anywhere from 1 to 5 push-ups. Moving through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Hop your left foot outside your left hand. Inhale to your twist. Exhale, left hand down, right heel down. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, melt. Squeeze the hips, lift your chest. Exhale, stay. Inhale, high lunge, top of the mat. Exhale, hands behind your back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Exhale, melt into that left knee. Inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, stay. Inhale, get long. Exhale, vinyasa, high plank, taps, push-ups. Do what feels best to your body. Downward facing dog. Good, one more time on each side, and then we will slow things down. So inhale to your heels, bend your knees, hop that right foot outside your right hand. Inhale to twist. Exhale to melt that left heel. Inhale, left hand rises. Exhale, plant your hands down, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stay. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Lift your chest. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Exhale, melt your knee. Inhale, lift your right heel. Exhale, stay. Inhale, get long. Exhale, cartwheel to vinyasa. Add in your push-up whenever you want to. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up through the heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop your left foot outside your left hand. Inhale to your twist. Exhale, left hand down, right heel down. Inhale, reach your right arm high, twist. Exhale, melt your hands, lift your chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stay. Inhale, come to your high lunge. Exhale, reach your hands behind you, grip the opposite way. Inhale, rise. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, stay. Exhale, stay. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Exhale, melt into your hip. Inhale to lift that left heel. Exhale to stay. Inhale to get length. Exhale, add in 1 to 5 push-ups. Take your vinyasa. We'll meet in a child's pose.
Just start to ground deeper into your child's pose. Feel your body, feel your hip flexors. Feel the weight of your belly as you inhale and expand through your ribs. And hopefully you have some time to just kind of stretch through your movement, to check in with your body, to give yourself some acknowledgement for your daily efforts and daily accomplishments.